Yeah, g'day. Thought I'd give you a bit of a look at F122, the early release. Had it for a couple of hours now. I pre-ordered the Champions Edition, so there's a bit of stuff up from EA or Steam, but it was about 8 hours late from when it was meant to be live. So yeah, pay a bit extra, and you sort of get 2.5 days worth of early play. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a bit of a look at through the menus, and then I set up like just a 5-lap race around Albert Park. So give us a bit of a look, eh? Yeah, it's been a while since I've had an F1 game. I think the last one I had was F1 2019. So yeah, I think now EA's taken over from what it was Codemasters before. So yeah, it's definitely got like a FIFA feel to it to me, like with the music and the way it looks. But it's still grassroots, I suppose, Formula One game. But yeah, it's all about the in-game purchases now, sort of thing. But I'm not in it for that. Yeah, as you can see, there's like a in-game currency where you can customize, like more so your driver's casual wear and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's I'm not sure many people would be into this sort of stuff, but it's they've thrown in a bit of a social thing. I'm not sure what F1 21 was like, but I didn't have it, so this is just my straight up impressions anyway of first time playing. I've had a couple of hours now. Started a career in a McLaren. That was probably a bad idea, but my plan was having an all Aussie McLaren driver lineup. So yeah, see, changing clothes and all that sort of stuff, and setting up like a hotel or like your own house with a car on display and this furniture stuff. I'm just not in it for that. Yeah, it's pretty cool that yeah, you can sort of customize your own design car, which is good. It'd be good if we could put in our own like trading paints, like iRacing style, like so anyone can see. But yeah, I suppose this is probably only real customization I'm into because, well, if you start a championship again, you run your own team, so you can have your own paint and colours and all that sort of stuff instead of picking out one of the teams. But depends what you're in it for. Yeah, I think the blokes on console probably miss out on the graphics being this good, I suppose. I've turned everything up, so it does look pretty good. It did have, I think in early stages, there's going to be a couple of patches, but yeah, I think a lot of people are having issues with NVIDIA graphics cards at the moment on pre-release, on the early release. There was an update through GeForce Experience, so even though I've done that, what I read off the forums, it's still crashed probably half a dozen times or a couple more than that. I think still overall it looks pretty good, and they've gone to a lot of detail. I think even I noticed in one of the replays you'll see coming up, even the like the gold like glitter in the top of Max's helmet, you can actually see that, and just the way they've done the paints, like even I've only really driven the Red Bull and the McLaren, but the Red Bull you'll see in the replay shortly, it's you can definitely tell it's like a matte finish and it's not a gloss type colour. Like the finer details look pretty good. Yeah, I think so far it's probably looked the best with the NVIDIA DLSS on. I've tried a couple of different ways with the AMD thing, the Fidelity new software thing, but I don't really know what I'm doing with this stuff. But yeah, the
Andy
DLSS
Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Why don't we talk about Ferrari?
Yeah, one thing that's probably pissed me off a little bit that we're in 2022 and I can't use my fucking mouse for a game. Like, I'm getting used to using the keyboard and you can assign controls to your wheel, but come on, EA, like, give us some mouse compatibility, will ya? Reading some of the comments from the die-hard F1 series game fans, I suppose. They're bagging the game has just only been reskinned and a couple of updated tracks, but from what I've driven now, I'm keen to drive that Mexico actually. Miami is pretty good. It's a tight track, but it's a hustle. It's pretty fun. Yeah, go easy on me, will ya? I've got traction and ABS on. Yeah, I don't know, I was a bit on struggle street driving the McLaren. I'm not sure if it was maybe because the cars have probably tweaked the realism, like in the aero effects and all that stuff. But yeah, even with the AI strength, I went up to about 75 and then back to 65, 60. Like I'm not a freak in F1, but yeah, I think 100%. It feels like compared to the 2019 version, the last game I had, that it's the AI's definitely got a lot tougher, or I don't know, maybe I was just picking the wrong setup. I still gotta muck around and see what setup works for me, but I was having a lot of trouble with understeer in the McLaren, so I don't know if it's a car trait, because I think in the previous games, I'm not sure, but I would have thought all the cars are pretty even, but even in the career I've picked the automatic upgrades, so I don't have to stuff around with picking out what upgrades and all the stupid points from the practice and quali.
The Albert Park circuit, 3.28 miles of bumpy city streets, but not a lot in the way of elevation changes. The circuit goes all the way around the lake, taking in 14 corners. Note the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. They'll offer our drivers a number of good opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Verstappen. Bottas, Fernando. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was using in 19. I think I used to use increased top speed, but it just wasn't working with the McLaren, so I've gone the other way, using the increased downforce setup. Feels a bit better, but it could be the difference in Red Bull. As per usual, even like the 2019 version, it's very basic setup, so you can pretty much, even if you got very little mechanical knowledge, it's got all the description of the stuff to say what everything does and what you're looking for, if you need more front end or it's too loose, or yeah, so oh well, 5 bit of a 5 lap race from Albert Park.
and a fantastic victory here at Albert Park. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think?
Yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty bloody good. Especially on PC as well. I'm running a 3080, but yeah, I think the console boys might miss out a little bit. PS5 should look pretty good, but I think overall it's a pretty good game, but it depends what you're in it for. I think I'm more so, I'll be doing a lot what a friend of mine does, that, you know, the weekend of the race, jump in and do a 25% race distance and just have a bit of a crack, like simulation type thing, you know. Like, I'm not going to get big into the leagues or anything, so not that super serious about it. iRacing's my sort of competitive thing. This is more so fun factor, I suppose. So yeah, if this vid's helped you decide if you're going to buy the game or not, give us a subscribe, eh? We'll try to give you some more F1 22 content. Cheers.
Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Often, my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.